Hey Fragrance family, welcome to Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. Today I'm going to be reviewing, or actually doing a first impression on a fragrance that I've been wanting to get my nose on for a long time. And it is from the house of Memo Paris, African Leather. If you would, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're a part of one of the smallest but also fastest growing fragrance review channels on YouTube. I don't know what it was about this fragrance that caught my eye, but I have almost blind bought this fragrance a multitude of times, and I'll get it in the cart, and then fortunately my frugal brain will kick in and go, hey, you don't blind buy $300 fragrances. Well, this fragrance right now you can purchase at Aura Fragrance for about $150, but still, and I've had it in the cart there several times, but I'm like, nope, get a carted sample. Let's try it out, make sure you like it, because there's been so many times that I've blind bought fragrances that I thought, oh, there's no way I'm not going to love it, and then wound up not loving it. And if you're spending $30 or $50, that's one thing, but if you're spending multiple hundreds of dollars, that's another. So I got this from their website, African Leather. And of course, so it's a leather fragrance. It's in their leather line. It's a 2015 release. Kind of a pretty cool little card that comes with it. Tells you some information about the kind of the thought behind this fragrance, and some information on the notes. Got a nice picture of a couple of giraffes in front of a mountain. And when I opened the package this was in, I'm going to tell you the first thing that I smelled was what so many people said that they could not smell in this fragrance. And that note was the oud. And so I think what it is that, because I've seen, for instance, Sebastian, I believe, was one that reviewed this and said he didn't really smell any oud. Maybe Max, I'm not sure, could have been ash, but as soon as I opened the package, I could smell it, and it's because I guess I'm a little oud sensitive, because it's not one of my favorite notes. But honestly, smelling it in the package before I sprayed it and all that, I thought, I think I'll be able to handle this, because it did seem to come across as a toned down oud fragrance. So there's no top, middle, or base notes here. It just lists a Fragrantica: cardamom, leather, saffron, cumin, vetiver, patchouli, geranium, oud, bergamot, and musk, all just as the notes. So I don't know if this is supposed to be a linear scent. I would think with a $300 fragrance it wouldn't be. But anyways, let's get smelling here. Okay, so honestly, I can smell a lot of those components. The leather comes through very nicely. There's a lot of spicy nuances here. Again, with the saffron, the cardamom, the cumin. Although the cumin does not come across sweaty, a lot of times cumin in a fragrance will come across kind of like the smell of body odor. And for instance, I bought Cartier Declaration because looking at the notes, it looked real similar to Guerlain Heritage, and I thought, I'm going to like that. No, not at all. I didn't keep that bottle very long, because to me it smelled like a sweaty man holding a bouquet of flowers. That's what it smelled like. There was some real nice floral components to it, but the sweaty BO, the sweaty, way that cumin come across, and some people like that. Not me. I wear fragrance to, cover any BO there may be, and not to project the scent of BO. Let's talk about this fragrance though. No BO. I get a lot of oud. I'm getting a lot of that dry wood, and I think it's the leather mixing with it. To me, this leather comes across a little dry as well, a little more like suede leather. I'm not sure it's not listed as suede, it's just listed as leather. Similar to Tom Ford's ombre leather. A lot of spices. Not a lot of citrus. Yeah, honestly, what it smells like to me is Tom Ford's ombre leather with just a lot of spices added to it. And so another thing is that, it's listed as unisex, and sometimes that worries me because a lot of fragrances that are listed unisex, I feel lean feminine. To me, this leans masculine. I mean, it's very, very masculine leaning to me. Of course, that doesn't mean anything. If you are a female and you like masculine fragrances, then you would probably like this. If you're a male who likes more feminine floral fragrances, things of that nature, you might not like it. But of course, I have found that most people like a variety of things once they smell enough things. When I first got into this, all I thought I wanted every fragrance to smell like was either Dior Sauvage or Acqua di Gio Profumo. And you're thinking, oh my goodness. But probably when you first started, with perfumery, you probably had a similar, mindset about whatever your most worn fragrances were at the time. Okay, so it smells different than what I thought, but I don't know why, because it smells exactly like what the notes are listed. It's a lot of leather, pretty good amount of oud, a lot of spices. Honestly, this is one where I would have probably liked the florals kicked up a notch. It's just geranium listed, maybe a jasmine note, or I don't think neroli probably would have went too well in this. I could have used, rose probably would smell all right in this, and I don't like rose. But this seems like one where they would have thrown in some rose. But it smells good, it smells masculine, it's spicy, it's leathery. I'm glad I didn't blind buy it. I may still get it, but it's not one that I'm just like I have to have. And the reason why is because it does smell so much like ombre leather, and I have, I've got I think a 10 ml decant of the original Tom Ford's ombre leather, but I've got a whole bottle of Just Jack ombre suede. And although these two fragrances, if I was to go get the ombre suede, or if I was to pull out the ombre leather, I'm sure side by side they wouldn't smell identical. But it is definitely the same genre, the same, you would wear it in the same applications. Bottega Veneta Pour Homme Parfum, which I think, right there in the background. Another one, leather. That one's more woods, more green woods, cedar, pine. This one is, again, the agar wood. I'm interested to see how this one dries down. I think it's going to dry down probably nicely, and probably the florals will probably come out a little more maybe in the dry down. But again, it's listed kind of like a linear scent, so it may not change at all. Anyways, those are my thoughts on African Leather by Memo Paris. Let me know in the comments what you think about this fragrance. Give me some ideas on some other things you'd like to see me do a review for. All right. Appreciate you so much. Again, like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Till we see you down the road, we say God bless. Frag on, Frag fam.